Determine the first four terms of each sequence given the formula for a sub n. For number 1, we have a sub n equals the factorial of n plus 2 divided by 3 to the power of n. The first term in the sequence is a sub 1. The subscript indicates the value of n. To determine a sub 1, we substitute 1 for n. Since 1 plus 2 is 3, a sub 1 equals 3 factorial divided by 3 to the first power. Recall that 3 factorial is equal to 3 times 2 times 1. 3 to the first is equal to 1 factor of 3. Simplifying, 3 divided by 3 simplifies to 1. A sub 1 equals 2 times 1, which equals 2. To determine a sub 2, we now substitute 2 for n. 2 plus 2 is 4. A sub 2 equals 4 factorial divided by 3 to the power of 2 or 3 squared. 4 factorial is equal to 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 3 squared is equal to 3 times 3, or 2 factors of 3. Again, simplifying, 3 divided by 3 simplifies to 1. Nothing else simplifies. A sub 2 is equal to 8/3. To determine a sub 3, we substitute 3 for n. 3 plus 2 is 5. A sub 3 equals 5 factorial divided by 3 to the power of 3, or 3 cubed. 5 factorial equals 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 3 cubed equals 3 factors of 3. Once again, simplifying, 3 divided by 3 simplifies to 1. Nothing else simplifies. The numerator is 5 times 4 times 2, which is 40. The denominator is 3 times 3, which is 9. A sub 3 equals 49. To determine a sub 4, we substitute 4 for n. 4 plus 2 is 6. A sub 4 equals 6 factorial divided by 3 to the power of 4. 6 factorial equals 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 divided by 4 factors of 3. Simplifying, 3 divided by 3 simplifies to 1. But also notice 6 and 3 share a common factor of 3. There's 1 3 and 3 and 2 3s and 6. Nothing else simplifies. 2 times 5 times 4 times 2 times 1 equals 80. And 3 times 3 equals 9. A sub 4 equals 89. Before we go on to number 2 and number 3, though, I do want to show how we can enter these expressions in the Desmos scientific calculator as well as the Desmos graphing calculator. For example, to enter a sub 4 using the Desmos scientific calculator, we can click on the fraction format button here on the right. To enter 6 factorial, we press 6. Then the functions tab, factorial is located at the bottom. We go back to the main tab, press the right arrow to enter the denominator, and then enter 3 to the power of 4, enter. Notice right now it's giving us a decimal approximation. We want the exact value as a simplified fraction, and therefore we click on the Convert to Fraction button on the far right. Using the Desmos graphing calculator, let's use the Desmos keypad. There is no fraction format button, so we'll enter open parenthesis 6 ABC factorial, back to the number keypad by pressing 1, 2, 3, close parenthesis, divided by 3 to the power of 4, convert to fraction, and of course we get the same answer. And now let's look at the formulas for 2 and 3. They look similar, but they are different. For number 2, we have the factorial of 2 times n. Number 3, we have 2 times n factorial. The terms will be different. For number 2, to determine a sub 1, we substitute 1 for n, which gives us the factorial of 2 times 1, which equals 2 factorial, which equals 2 times 1, which is 2. To determine a sub 2, we substitute 2 for n, which gives us the factorial of 2 times 2, which equals 4 factorial, which is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which equals 24. A sub 3 is equal to the factorial of 2 times 3, which equals 6 factorial, which is 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which of course we can do by hand, Or going back to the calculator, 6 factorial is equal to 720. A sub 4 is equal to the factorial of 2 times 4, which equals 8 factorial, which is 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Or, going back to the calculator, once we have an entry, we can edit it. I can go back up to cell 2, delete the 6, and enter 8 to quickly determine 8 factorial is equal to 40,320. And now for number 3, we have 2n factorial, or 2 times n factorial. To determine a sub 1, we substitute 1 for n, which gives us 2 times 1 factorial. 1 factorial equals 1. 2 times 1 is equal to 2. A sub 2 is equal to 2 times 2 factorial. 2 factorial is equal to 2 times 1, giving us 2 times 2 times 1, which equals 4. A sub 3 is equal to 2 times 3 factorial, which is equal to 2 times 3 times 2 times 1, which equals 12. And finally, a sub 4 is equal to 2 times 4 factorial, which is 2 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. For factorial, we can see is equal to 24. 2 times 24 equals 48. I hope you found this helpful.